Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to your bonus reading here on Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If you're watching this reading was meant to find you. Please hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. Now, this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Sagittarius, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And we start with the Princess of Pentacles. This is great potential. This is something that you're looking at that you sort of think, this could be it. Right? This could be the one. This could be the relationship. This could be the opportunity, the business, the creative project, the inspiration, the idea, right? We're looking at something that has the potential to be sort of an enveloping kind of energy, something that is going to really draw us into it, right? Because the Princess of Pentacles is kind of like, it's winter time, you know? We know that all the life, all the verdant energy is there, just ready to come out of it, you know? It's kind of the way somebody can see an old car and think, oh, that's going to be beautiful, right? Spectacular. Somebody can see just a pile of fruits and vegetables or whatever and say, this is going to be an extraordinary meal, right? So I think you're somebody really that can bring out the best qualities of something, that you can really look at anything, whether it's a career thing, a work thing, an investment of any kind. You can look at it and you kind of get that intuitive sense, that feeling about it, that you know it has potential. See, that's what this card's about, potential. The Princess of Pentacles could, and very often does, become the Empress, right? So we've got to put this card into a little bit of context. So let's use our Dove and Serpent spread. There we have an Ace of Pentacles, a Four of Cups, a Three of Pentacles, an Ace of Cups. That's pretty nice. We have both the Aces of Pentacles and Cups and the Six of Swords. Six of Swords is a very good addition to this spread so far because we've got water and earth, right? So it's that feeling, right? It's that watery energy. I feel good about this. I've got a good feeling that this could be the one, that this could be the thing, the relationship. This could be the hobby. This could be the career. This could be the job or the friendship, or this could be the investment, right? Either way, it's going to be an investment, right? Because it's time, energy, effort, and or money that you're investing into something. And with the Six of Swords in the future position, I feel like you have a good head on your shoulders. You understand like what it's really going to take, and you understand that, yeah, while let's say your heart might be in the clouds, right? You still have a pretty rational sort of way to compose yourself here, to consider the plan and understand that just because something has the potential in it, just because the Empress is locked up in this sort of wintry landscape, it's going to take a certain chain of events to bring that best quality out of this. Okay, so I think right now you're just about to begin kind of the most important, event or idea or plan or project or endeavor, the greatest expedition really of your life. Okay, and the Ace of Cups is really a fantastic card too, because you're someone that's trying to feel your way forward. You know, we understand the importance of rational thinking and having a plan and all this stuff. But this is something that you feel absolutely good about. Okay? In other words, I don't see any red flags. Yeah. The problem with this is that there is no fire energy yet. I don't know that you've started this yet. I don't know that you've taken the initiative or you've taken the plunge, right? Or you've taken the leap just yet. But if there is anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Let's finish up with the rest of our cards, and then we'll move into everything in detail. We have the Death card. We have the Three of Cups. We have the Eon. And we've got the Two of Pentacles. Okay, so we've got a little bit of fire energy here with the Eon card, right? Because that's a pure fiery energy. It's a doorway of fire, essentially, right? And it's sort of asking us to walk through it. So I don't believe that you've made the decision to go ahead with this yet, but you're right there on the threshold, and you're kind of like, maybe you're hesitating because it feels like this, it's something that you can't back away from. It's something that's going to be very hard to kind of say, oh, I made a mistake, never mind, you know. So I think once we do it, we realize that life's going to continue changing, that we're just about to set in motion a series of events that will forever change your life. Yeah. Let's select our mystery card. Our bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We'll set it down right here with Alien, Simon Moore Ripley, right on top. Good old ASMR. Okay, now, we're not going to look at that card till the end. It will tie everything together and give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If you have a prediction for that card, please put it in the comments down below. Let's use that intuition. Yeah. Let's take a look around the room. Major Arcana, yes, please. The Death card and the Eon card. With the Death card, I think you're someone who's sort of used to like slow and steady, growth, gradual change. You're looking, you kind of like to know, that little things now are going to add up to great things later. I feel like you're a person that kind of like a low risk kind of person, where you don't really just jump into things just for the heck of it, just for the experience. You sort of like to think ahead, you know. I think you like to know how it's going to play out over time. So when you're thinking of making this big change, Two of Pentacles at the end, it's going to be a big change. Going through this fiery doorway is a big decision for you. And so when you are confronted with an opportunity like that, I feel like you like to have all your ducks in a row. You like to have as many facts as you can, because you want to see how it's going to play out over time. Okay, I feel like sometimes you play it fairly safe, and I feel like that's a very good thing for you. The Eon card is kind of an abrupt change. It's almost like a Tower card. It's as fiery as a Tower card, but maybe not as disruptive. And usually the Tower card would be a great change that we weren't really expecting and we don't really have any control over. It wasn't our decision. The Eon, however, is pretty much the same thing, only you're choosing to do it. Okay? Not a whole heck of a lot of difference. And I think in this case, we're sort of being led forward by our intuition, by that feeling, by all this water energy that we see. So I really like that, and I feel like Spirit's telling you, stick with the water energy, stick with the right brain, stick with the emotion, stick with the intuition. Don't let your logic get too much in the way. Okay? And I think that's part of our Six of Swords too, because the Six of Swords is a very harmonious mind. It's not a mind that's agitated. It's not a mind that's trying to rock the boat or stir up the water, you know? It's a mind that's just kind of saying, okay, let's do it, you know? So I feel like the Six of Swords is very important for you, because it's showing that you're trying to just keep your mind at ease. You're trying to be in this almost Zen-like place where your mind's not interfering. You're still taking care of things. You're still planning. You're still writing the reports and the business deals and the contracts or whatever it is. You're still communicating. You're still listening. You're still kind of left brain active, right? But it's not interfering with the feeling. What's leading you forward is that heart energy, that Ace of Cups, right? And I think it's, by the looks of it, it's going to be life-changing, and it's going to be spectacular, okay? I think the big message coming in from Spirit right now, important spiritual info for you. So not only do we have our two majors, we don't have any fire energy yet, because I feel that this isn't something inspired by ambition. This is something inspired by love. It's something inspired by the water energy that we see here. We see an ace. We see a 3 and a 4 of cups. Okay. We see just a little bit of air energy, the 6 of swords, that's it. And then we've got earth, we've got earth, we've got earth, we've got earth, a lot of earth energy. Okay. So it does seem to me like this is something very very practical. It's something that's happening on the physical plane, and it's leading to a change in your behaviors. Maybe you're even feeling that transition in your life right now where you're not being driven so much by this ambition for, more. It's not the fire that is manipulating the earth cards, or manifesting the earth cards, but it's the water energy. So I think that, you're kind of like, you're trying to just feel things through. You're trying to just go a little easier through life at the moment, right? Even though there's this big fiery decision right on your doorstep, which I think really is going to change things for you, you're not motivated by, I think, that fiery ambition that we usually see that in your readings, all the fire energy, but today there's like almost none, so it's a big shift that's happened in you. And I think you're going more right brain, you're going more intuitive, you're going more feeling. Okay. The Four of Cups underneath everything, it feels to me that the big risk here is to go from a state that is sort of just even, right? It's kind of like at a neutral point with the Four. And this is like a ship that's been, anchored in a nice, safe harbor, safe from storms, but it's not really out there sailing and having any adventures either, right? This is kind of our emotional self, our emotional body, that is just in a stable place. Boat's not sinking, boat's not sailing off. There's no party on the boat either, right? So we're just in this very sort of neutral state. I feel like you're kind of considering giving this up, let's say, for the sake of what is potentially going to be the happiest you've ever been, okay? With the Three of Cups especially. Okay, we're giving up, we're willing to sacrifice the stability of the Four for the potential of this extraordinary, pleasant, happy sort of experience. Okay, does that make sense? So it's sort of a risk take. We're going from something that's known but sort of neutral to something unknown that could be astronomical. So this is a 3. It's still in potential form. It hasn't yet manifested. And so this is sort of the risk that we take. Well, I have stability now, even though I'm not having all that much fun, but life's not too bad. It's generally okay. Do I just keep doing what I'm doing and stay in the 4? Or do I go through this fiery doorway? Do I take this big sort of risk? Do I just take this opportunity to change my life and do something, I think, completely different than what you've been doing? Under the acknowledgement that it may lead to wonderful things, absolutely wonderful things. It's not guaranteed, right? It's unknown still. It hasn't manifested. It is still potential, okay? And it's similar with our Three of Pentacles in the background here. I think that you're somebody who you like to know, like I said before, you like to know how things are going to how things will pan out. The Three of Pentacles in the background is, in some ways, a card that's saying if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? And so I feel like you're somebody who has generally erred on the side of caution. It doesn't sound too good all the time, but I feel like we just say, what I'm doing now is sort of working. I'm going to stick with it. And this is going to be okay. It's sort of the with these two, right? It feels like a little bit of security. It feels like if I'm in this state, then nothing can get me. If I'm in this safe harbor, I'm not going to be tossed about by the storms. I'm not open or vulnerable to the storms, And we could be talking about something financial here. This could be literally a job change. It could be a relocation. It could be a change in your behavior where you're willing to follow your heart a little bit more rather than follow what seems to be the more sure thing. The thing about the Pentacles is that they're much easier to measure than the Cups. The emotional feeling, the value, the worth, the joy that you feel doing something, right? It's not so easy to quantify that. But with physical financial stuff, there's more of a metric. We can say, yeah, I've made X amount of dollars. They're willing to pay me this salary. I've lost this amount of weight or whatever, right? Or I can run this fast in my mile today, or I biked this many miles. I think I did like 9.3 miles this morning. So it's a lot easier. It's a lot more practical. And I think when we're in our left brain, we like things that we can measure. We like things that say, okay, I did 9.2 miles yesterday. Today I did 9.3, so I'm good. You know, and now I understand. Now I'm happy because of that, right? But this is sort of behind you, because I think now you're moving a little bit right brain, where you're trying to say, I'm just trying to feel my way. I'm trying to feel what I want to do. And maybe it's even, we're starting to ask ourselves, am I happy here? Or would I be happier if I went after something different? If I started doing something else, living my life a different way, or whatever it is for you. This could be something to do with family, friends, your job, your career, your creativity, your spirituality, or all of these things. And it's difficult to quantify how joyful we are. There's no metric, right? There's no number we can put on that, right? And so I feel that it's something you're very much inspired to do. With Ace of Cups here, it's lit you up. You feel, you feel very attracted to this new thing, whether it's a relationship, a new art form, a new destination, a new job, career, vocation, a new skill or talent, a new hobby, right? A new sport. It could be anything. Maybe stamp collecting, I don't know. But you feel that. You feel as if you want to merge with this thing. You feel as if this really could lead to an extraordinary life. It could lead to something beyond belief, right? Something completely, unbelievably great. Because the Ace of Cups is that source. This is kind of like, this is when your heart first starts racing, when you first fall in love with something. And it's kind of like this thing can go in so many different directions. This Ace of Cups is going to branch out into all these different rivers. And it has the potential to irrigate every other aspect of your life. Your personal life, your professional life, your family stuff, with friends, your creative side. Everything is sort of getting nourished by this new thing. It could very much be a relationship. Okay. The Ace of Pentacles that we see right in the middle here. I think that this is really, it's, in a way, it's our desire to put a number on something. Like I said, with the 3, we add an ace to it, we get a 4. It's something that we kind of know. It's something that is familiar to us, right? So the impression that I'm sort of getting here is that I don't really know that it's something completely, what am I trying to say here? I don't feel like it's a specific new activity. I don't think suddenly you're falling in love with, collecting quarters or something, right? I feel like it's a transition in the way you're living your life. I feel like it is, I feel like it's a gradual shift. Really, it's from that left brain, right brain. I feel like you're experiencing a gradual shift over to this right brain kind of lifestyle or perspective. And I don't know if this is manifesting necessarily as one particular thing that you are falling in love with. But with that Ace of Cups up here, right? I feel like you're falling in love with everything. I feel like this is just a love for life. It's a love for yourself. It's a joy just looking outside in the morning, or just opening your eyes in the morning and getting some of that sunlight in. It feels like it's a new dawn, And I'm saying that for another reason, because the cards that we do have, right? Ace, 2, 3, 4. We don't have a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of Cups or Pentacles. So that would tell me that it's kind of something that's more developed, it's something more detailed, something more specific. I don't know that you have all of the details of it yet. Does that make sense? If it is a brand new path or a brand new hobby or something, I don't think you really know what it's going to be like. I don't think you have it. It's not a very clear picture. It's still a feeling, right? If we had an 8 or a 9 or a 10 of pentacles or cups or something, then I would say that you probably know the details. You probably know what it looks like and what color the wallpaper is and all that stuff. I don't feel like we're there yet. I feel like it's still this kind of vague, watery, kind of cloudy kind of thing. And that leads us to our Six of Swords. I think moving forward, you have to get a little bit more, you have to think it out a little bit further. Okay? We don't want to completely disengage the right brain and start intellectualizing or mentalizing everything. But I think we need to bring in a little bit of the logical left brain, rational thinking, in order to get some clear details. Okay, which way am I going to go? What am I going to pursue? What's it going to look like? Let's put a plan in place. Okay, because I feel like there's a reason we have both sides of our brains. You know, there's a reason why we have such a sharp intellect, and a reason why you feel things so deeply. I think they're supposed to work together. Okay, I think either one working in isolation leads you astray from your true path. And I think Spirit wants you to feel your way forward, feel life. Wake up in the morning and feel the world around you, but also sort of look and understand and organize it, if that makes sense. Okay. Now we're going to talk about the path of the serpent. As we do this, I would like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's free, it supports the channel, and I appreciate you. So like I said, with the devil energy, it kind of feels like we are making this slow transition to another way of being. And this is also, as I said before, it feels as if you like things to go kind of slow. You like things to develop over time. You like to be able to see if I save $1 today, it's going to be $10 in 100 years probably, or whatever it is. You like to kind of, look at the long term of things. But right now, since we only have aces, twos, threes, fours, right? We're not able to look at the long term. We're not seeing out in the distance. You know what I say when we have like the Knight of Pentacles? I say that's the energy that's really looking into the future and can see that 10 of Pentacles. We can't see that right now. We're not doing that. What we see is like right here. We're feeling it so strongly, but it's not a clear picture yet. Okay? This is your efforts to get the clear picture. So you know what Spirit is telling you, and you know what your heart is sort of pulling you toward. Okay? But it is a difficult thing because we have to be willing to let go of the previously cherished, maybe, aspects of life. Again, if we're sort of not feeling that, if we're feeling more of the heart energy, more of the emotion, and we're letting go of a little bit of that, just the ambition, or the, maybe this is even going from, let's say fire to water, right? We're going from that career orientation or the real ambition or the competition over to more creative, artistic, maybe family-oriented stuff. Not that the two are incompatible, right? But it will require some adjustments. It will require, if we're going to put more energy over here, we got to take a little bit of energy from over there. It still has to sort of even out in the end, So I think that this is a card that's kind of saying, keep moving forward with this, but don't rush it. As Sagittarius, sometimes you're prone to rushing things. Okay? Don't rush things. Take it slow. Let things develop over time, but do not let go of this feeling that you have. Do not let go of that. Okay? When your mind starts sort of interfering too much or it gets a little bit too active, that left brain, just dive into the right brain. Just dream or daydream or do some kind of artwork, or have an experience that's going to reactivate that right brain, that emotional kind of thing. Okay? And that brings us to our Three of Cups. Three of Cups in the position of your relationships. I feel like this is you bonding with other people over the sort of synchronous or synchronistic experiences with other people, right? When you're with somebody and you're both experiencing something for the first time and you both sort of feel the same feeling in that moment without having to speak any words to each other, right? So if we're talking about a relationship of any kind, I feel like this is where you are really noticing more of that right brain sort of activity. It's in your ability to share a moment with somebody with full understanding, full connection. It's like an empathy. But it's the ability to really synchronize your heart with somebody else in that moment. Maybe you're on a roller coaster together. Maybe you're watching, it's just some sort of a play, or you're just laying on your back watching the stars with somebody next to you. No words need to be spoken. You're both having the same experience, and you can look at each other, and it's just like, it's exciting, and almost, it doesn't need words. Okay. I feel like this is more of how you're connecting with your environment, how you're connecting with other people. Okay. Tells me that you've probably lived a good portion of your life very rationally, very left brain, very intellectually. Okay. And I see you're starting to be pulled into this other thing. Maybe, it's kind of like, I don't know, maybe for your career you had to dress very professionally, and now moving in, you're just you're starting to switch it up. Now there's brighter colors. Now there are there's stronger incense, stronger perfumes, right? It's not quite as, you're living life not quite as muted, is what I want to say, okay? So I think the Three of Cups, it's about your relationships, and everything is, okay? Even if this is a stamp collection, it's about your relationship with the world. Yeah. And I think it's strongly affecting the relationships with your loved ones, your friends, your family, your coworkers. This is a shift of energy. Yeah. And I feel like the Eon card here is really you accepting this and stepping fully into it. I don't know if you're going through some kind of a rite of passage in your life, if you're going from school to work or work to retirement. Maybe you're going from single life to married life. Maybe you're going from not being a parent to being a parent. I feel like you're sort of at the doorstep of one of these big transitions of life. Going from left brain to right brain, right? Going from very kind of serious and, I don't know, maybe even goal-oriented, ambitious, to then just being free and being creative and being kind of expressive. It feels like there's a switch like that's taking place in you. And I feel like the Aeon card is you stepping fully into that and embracing that. Embracing that side of you that wants to sort of come out. The theories now are that as we age, we bounce back and forth from being left brain oriented to right brain oriented. And I feel like that's kind of the switch that you're going through. And this is, to me, it's saying that you're stepping through this doorway and you're accepting it. Even if it causes, in the left brain, in the intellect, in the mind, it creates a little bit of discord. That it might sort of confuse us mentally a little bit. Why this is happening? Why do I like these things now? Why do I feel pulled over here when I'm used to being over here with my stuff, But the idea here is that you are trying to maintain this harmony and you're trying not to worry about it. It's like the Six of Swords is like just a blissed out kind of Zen feeling. We're not asking questions, man. The dude just abides, yeah? And we're rolling with it. We're embracing this transition, and we're gonna see where it goes. And I really think it's going to change your life. The Two of Pentacles at the end. A lot of new behaviors. You might find yourself compelled to act in different ways that seem out of character for you, right? It's because we're making that energetic shift. And that's okay, right? Embrace that, right? Follow that instinct or intuition or heart or feeling or emotion, whatever you want to call it. Follow that. Okay, keep your head on your shoulders, of course, right? But in this case, I feel like the heart is taking the lead, and the intellect is going to be just the kind of navigator, like the assistant regional manager, right? Assistant to the regional manager, yeah. So a lot of changes, anyway, taking place, and this literally may compel you to want to switch jobs now. I'm switching careers, or I'm switching majors in university, or I want to do different things with my life. I don't want to spend my free time the same way I have been. I want to seek out different relationships, new experiences with that sort of in sync with the world, Let's look at our mystery card. I'm curious if this is going to be a major arcana or a sword. I'm sort of thinking an Ace of Swords. That's what I'm picturing, but we'll see. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments. Let's see what we have. a 10 of wands, where there's all that ambition, right? There is all this heavyweight responsibility of life. And it's a 10. We go from ace, 2, 3, 4 to 10, right? And it's all that fire energy. I feel like you're finally just saying, you know what? I'm putting all these sticks down. This is all the stuff that we carry around that we really just don't want anymore. Why do we do it? Well, maybe we're trying to just pursue those things that we can count, that we look around the world and we think, okay, I've got 2, they've got 5, I must need a few more. You know what I mean? Whether we're talking anything, right? We talk money, I guess, or status, or any kind of accomplishments, right? Oh, my buddy accomplished 5 goals today. I only accomplished 4. I better work harder, right? But it's not necessarily making you happier. Okay, and I think that's a good way to think about our 3s as well. This is all the work that you do that may make you richer. This is all the, let's say, work you do that may potentially make you happier. These don't always correspond. These aren't always in sync. Okay? So I think what you're doing is you're sort of leaving the potential to get richer, not that you don't want to get richer. We all do, right? And it's a means to an end, though. So I think you're sort of putting down those things that you can count them, but you don't care about them. You're looking at those things that potentially can make you happier. That seems to be taking the priority now over those things that potentially could make you richer, but don't have that, right? You either want both or just this. You see what I mean? And so I wonder if the 10 of wands is kind of you just realizing that you've been carrying this big burden through your life, and you're just saying, you know what? I feel so much better not carrying that. Okay? I don't want this to be misinterpreted that you no longer care about material things, or you no longer care about earning money or increasing your income. I think that's very important. And I think that you're going to continue to do that, but your choices now are going to be guided by your heart. See? And so you're going to pursue those things that may make you some more money, yeah, but they're going to make you happier. That's kind of the priority right now for you. Okay? Anyway, let's do our extended reading. If you want to stick around, there's a link up top. There is a link down below. New readings for Sagittarius, Wednesdays and Sundays. Be sure to watch both readings. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. Doesn't cost anything. Leave a comment and let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.